Hello everyone, my name is Ramsri and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I share my learnings from building 3 AI SaaS apps, supermeme.ai, question.ai and supertranslate.ai. In this video, we are going to see how we can create Descript-like audiogram that you just saw using completely open source tech for free with Python, Moviepy and OpenAI's Whisper. Let's get started. So the code and collab notebook are available at github.com ramsrigautamji/supertranslate.ai. I'll also provide a link to this in the video description. So in here, go to this folder Descript-like word level highlights, and you can open it in collab, the same IPython notebook that's here. And also the file that I've used here is available here, intro.mp4. Cool. Once you open the notebook, you see everything here. Let's get started. So what we are going to do on a high level is follow these steps. So first, you get the video that is in MP4 format that you want to convert it into this fancy word level subtitles. Either you can download directly like I'm doing here, or you can upload it here in the files, the video that you want. Usually a short video under 2 minutes is good. I haven't tested it for long videos, and secondly, the processing might take a little longer, so you need to test it out. So that's the first step. Just get the video on this collab notebook, and the second step is actually just extracting audio, that is MP3, from the uploaded video. So we are going to use FFmpeg with Python to do that. I will go through everything. Now once you get the audio, you are going to use OpenAI's Whisper, that is free and open source speech to text algorithm, to get word level timestamps for the MP3 file. And we are going to store the word level timestamps into a JSON file on the collab notebook itself. Why are we doing this is simply if there are any errors in the transcription. Let's say if something is mispronounced or mistakenly transcribed, we want to have the ability to do any quick edits before we render the final audiogram or word level subtitle file. I mean the word level highlight video. So step 5 is basically you will correct any mistakes in the JSON file and just prepare it for making the final video. And in step 6, what we do is we convert the word level timestamps JSON to line level timestamps JSON. And why is this necessary? Because you cannot show all the text in a single frame. So you need to show some text and highlight the words as they are spoken. Then you go on to the next subtitle line, and again you highlight the words as they are shown. So basically you need to divide the word level timestamps into line levels timestamps so that you get subtitle lines. And that's exactly what's done in step 6. And step 7 is the most interesting part, where we are going to use Moviepy library to take this line level timestamps JSON and actually create a video. And step 8 is actually visualizing the final audiogram, that is the created video. And to the final video, we are going to append the original audio as well. So let's get started without any further ado. First, I'm installing IPython runtime. This is just to show the execution time of each cell so that we are aware how long something takes. And step 1 is actually getting the MP4 file. If you see here, there is nothing. So you can either upload any MP4 that you want here, or here I'm downloading it directly from our GitHub folder itself. So I'm downloading the intro.mp4 in these 2 cells. So if you just see and refresh, you will see intro.mp4. And what we are doing in step 2 is not too complex even. We are just extracting the audio file in a MP3 format from this video file. That's exactly what we are doing in step 2. And let's just display the audio file and see if we can hear it out.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramsri and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I share my learnings from building 3 AI SaaS apps: supermeme.ai, question.ai and supertranslate.ai.
Great. So you can hear the audio and perfect. So we used FFmpeg to isolate the audio in MP3 format from the video file. Now step 3 is interesting because we are going to use OpenAI's Whisper to be able to convert this audio into word level timestamps, that is the spoken word as well as the timestamps corresponding to that spoken word. So let's pip install Whisper. I'm installing it from a specific commit because in the future, even if things change, I want to point to a fixed code at this snapshot. Great, this is done. Now I'm using the Whisper model here, and essentially these 3 are the lines where you load the Whisper medium model. Now if you want more accurate timestamps as well as transcription, try to use large here instead of medium. But for simplicity as well as keeping it under the RAM of our system, I'm using medium, but on Colab even large works most of the time. The only thing is that I would use GPU runtime, change the runtime to GPU if you want to run like a minute or 2 long video with Whisper large, since it might take some time. So let's just run this. So it will download the Whisper medium model and run the audio file that we have here. And we are enabling word timestamps is equal to true, which gives the word level timestamps for us. Now the beauty is that instead of using OpenAI's Whisper, here you can use any other speech to text model. So either from noted services like DeepGram, Assembly AI, or even Google Cloud or Amazon. You can replace this step 3 with any of the providers. All you need at the end of the day is text the word and start and end timestamps for that word spoken. That's all you need. Awesome. The transcription is done. It took about 2 minutes 35 seconds. So let's print the transcription. So the result that you get has the transcription as well as the word level timestamps. But let's just print the result. And why do I always think about printing the result is basically I'll know what edits I need to make. For example, here it says, hello everyone, my name is Ramsri. My name is actually Ramsri. but it transcribed it as SHREE, so I need to make this edit. And welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel I share my learnings from building 3 AI SaaS apps: supermeme.ai, question.ai and supertranslate.ai. Perfect. Almost, those are not standard names. Okay, question is wrong. We have question.ai. It's actually QuestGen, GEN. But nevertheless, we are going to make edits to this. So this is the transcription. With a quick look, I know what to edit in here. Let's just, print from the result the segments as well. So these are the segments that you get from Whisper automatically. It gets these segments. But instead of this, we also have the word level timestamps as well. So let's get that part as well. And I just appended everything in word level info. Let's print it. Awesome. This is the word level info. Essentially, this is just something that we got from OpenAI's Whisper itself, nothing new. So hello is from start 0.3 seconds to end 0.94 seconds. So word level info is basically this list of dictionaries where the word spoken as well as the start and end timestamps are shown. That's it. So I know that few words are wrong. Secondly, that you can see that some words are split. Supermeme.ai is split, question.ai is split, supertranslate.ai is split. So perhaps if you want, before rendering, I want to combine these two word stamps. So what would happen is start would be this. Instead of end being this, the end will be this one, where I combine supermeme.ai together. So some minor edits. In order to do that, I want to store this in open a file called as data.json and just store this because I want to make edits, some minor edits before rendering. So let's do that. And if you see, refresh, you will see data.json. So let's double click on that. It opens here on the right side. So here I can make the changes. I can clearly see, since the format is indent is equal to 4, I can clearly see here. So let's change Ramsri, RAM SRI. I'm just see as I save, Control S, this becomes, so we are live editing this. You can even load it into your favorite editor and just edit everything, find and replace or something like that, and then paste it again here, the JSON. Or you can just download the JSON and then upload the edited JSON, however you want. Let's make the other changes as well. So I have supermeme.ai. So let's combine these two things as well. And instead of this, I have 10.96 and this is redundant since I can remove this. Okay, I have supermeme.ai. Again, question is actually this .ai, and again this is from here. .22, so I can remove this since I combined or merged with the top one. And supertranslate.ai again, I'm just merging the below one, 14.0. Okay, since I make the change, I can remove this, and perhaps since this is the last one, I don't need comma. Okay, data.json, I saved it. Perfect. Now whatever you modified in step 4, the data.json, just load it back. That's what we are doing. And word level modified is what we have. Perfect. You can see we have Ramsri, and again, you know, SAS apps supermeme.ai, question.ai, and supertranslate.ai, along with the timestamps adjusted. So you can create any complex UI, beautiful UI to do this as well. But for simplicity, since we are doing under 1 minute, you know, audiograms, if we are, then this is easier to edit. And next, here comes the interesting part. We have hello everyone, my name, and supertranslate.ai, and these are word level timestamps. But you need to have some logic to, you know, combine it into a subtitle line. That is, perhaps you want to, you know, join the top 5 into one line and next into one line or something like that. So I made a simple function where it can take word level timestamps and it can generate line level subtitles with some constraint. Probably you don't want to exceed, let's say, 80 characters or something like that, or you want to split whenever, let's say, this end and this start differs more than by 1.5 seconds, or if there is so much gap, you want to split into next line, something like that. So I have created a small function. It has mainly 3 parameters: max characters that you don't want to exceed on a single line, and max duration that you don't want to exceed, that line should not exceed more than 3 seconds, and there shouldn't be any gap between words that is more than 1.5 seconds. You can adjust these parameters, but I just kept this as it is. And this function, nothing too complex. What we are going to do is we are going to get each line and show each line, as well as get the word level you know, text contents as well, append these. That's what this function is doing. Let's run this and it will be clear for you. So to this function we are passing word level modified info that we just created, and let's just show this so that it is clear. Awesome. So this is how it looks like. Since we have these 80 characters and all those constraints, this is what we got. Hello everyone, my name is Ramsri and welcome to my YouTube. That's where the first line ended, and that line spanned from 0.3 seconds to 4.02 seconds. That's what the last word level was of YouTube. And we have the text contents, that is again within this line. Where did hello occur? 0.3 to 0.94. Where did everyone occur? 0.94 to 1.44. Similarly, YouTube will be something to 4.02. You can see 3.76 to 4.02. And the next line is actually, you know, channel dot. In this YouTube channel, I share my learnings from building. That's the second line. Again, you have the line, start and end of that line, but in order to do highlights, you need exactly where this word is spoken. That's why we are preserving every word that is spoken and its corresponding start and end timestamps even. So essentially you create this, and here comes the beautiful part. We need to take this JSON, that is line level timestamp JSON, and now create a smart word highlighting subtitle video. That's what we are going to do. But to do that, we are going to use Moviepy library. So let's install Moviepy and all the necessary things. Awesome. Let's just you know, close these so that it's clear to go back and forth. Now if you are looking at Moviepy for the first time, I showed you the GitHub library earlier. There are 2 other videos where we have used Moviepy, so you can get a basic understanding of Moviepy from there if you want to delve deeper. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you what's happening in this function. So this function create caption takes this text JSON, which is, you know, each line level that we get. So this is again a list of line levels that we created. Each line level is what we are passing here to render. And you know, font and font size, color, background color, blue, etc. All these you can control. You can even see what are the available fonts and other things. And before I explain this, let's run this. Then it will be very clear what this you know, function does for you. I'll explain that part to you. So here what we are doing is create the video size that you want. What is the output? So here I am creating the video size of 1080 by 1080. So mostly square format for Instagram or something like that. And we are iterating through this line level subtitles that you just saw here, and getting each of this and passing that to the function that is create caption that we just created. And whatever we get back, which is the text clips, we are going to append all the text clips on here. And we are going to create you know, blank input video of the same duration as my original video, but my original video is not square, so my output is what I'm defining. And I'm creating a blank color clip that is black. So I'm creating a background complete black 1080 by 1080 frame of the same duration as the input video. And on that video, since I got all the text clips, I'm superimposing them on that video. And I'm also adding the audio from the original video and then rendering it. Let's run this and it will be clear for you. It looks a little bit overly complicated, but I encourage you to, you know, go through this function very clearly. The create caption, this is the crux of everything. I'm going to explain that on a high level. Okay, now that video is ready, which you can, you know, see output.mp4. You can, you know, download it here. And then watch on your local system, or you can even just display it here. So let's see this.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramsri and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I share my learnings from building 3 AI SaaS apps: supermeme.ai, question.ai and supertranslate.ai.
Awesome.
Hello.
So before we understand the create caption function, let me explain you what's happening here. So as I mentioned, 1080 by 1080 frame is what I have created. And now I told you that I am passing in this list, you know, line level subtitles to this create caption function. So what's happening is this JSON is passed, then this JSON is passed, and then this JSON is passed, and this JSON is passed. So this loop is happening for 4 times on the outer level, where I pass the JSON for this whole thing, where this JSON consists of every word and its corresponding timestamp that is spoken. So for example, from 0000 to almost 4 seconds this JSON is present, and each word will iterate from some 3.8 to 4.2 seconds is YouTube, etc. So in this function, what's happening is that in the outer loop, that is this loop, what we are doing in here in this code is actually we are iterating through the text JSON that we have here, for example this, and we are getting text contents and the corresponding word start and end. But as we are creating these, we are trying to even estimate how much space does this word clip take. For example, let's say I create a text clip of question.ai with the word question.ai, and I know that it occupies from height is 80 pixels and width is probably 150 pixels, etc. So as I render each text clip, that is the word clip, I know the word width and word height that particular word or text occupied. For example, question.ai. Ramsri will not occupy the same height and width as question.ai. So I get each word's width and height, and also I need to append space after every word. So I get the word clip space. And if you see here X buffer, Y buffer, basically this is where I'm controlling what's the width and height. So X, I'm giving buffer 1/10 and 1/10. So I'm leaving 1/10 here and 1/10 here and only rendering in the middle. And again, Y position is the same, where I have 2/5 or 1/5, etc. So if you want a little lower, you can put this at 2/5. And if you want this to expand even further, you can reduce this or shorten this, etc. So you can adjust that. And as I'm iterating through, I'm continuously adding, let's say hello takes from this X position to this X position. Let's say this is X axis. I'm continuously adding, and if something is exceeding my length, I am moving on to the next line. That is, I'm changing the Y position from here to this with some buffer. It looks little complex when you first see it, but iterate through this with a single text JSON that you pass, and it will be very clear for you. So at the end of the day, first I am creating this white text from 0 to 4 seconds for this subtitle, and I'm getting the position of each thing and storing the position of each word as well. Where I'm storing that is this XY clips position. So first I'm rendering up until here. I'm collecting all the word clips for each line completely from end to end. Then later on, I am iterating and highlighting words only at their corresponding duration. What does that mean? From 0 to 4 seconds, I render this whole thing, but I render this background blue with text only from 3.8 to 4 seconds on YouTube. Only from 0.3 to let's say 0.7 seconds on hello, etc. That's why you will see that it is scrolling through, and that highlight is happening in here. So if you just remove this, you will only see the white text that's available. There's no highlight that goes around. The highlight that goes around is this part where I preserved where the XY positions are, and also the start and end so I can precisely render where I want them. It's not very straightforward, I'll agree to that. It took good amount of time for me to come up with this logic and fine tune it as well, but I encourage you to go through this and figure it out for yourself. To debug this, simply just pass one text content, that is just one 0 to 4 seconds text JSON, and it will be clear for you what renders out of it. Nevertheless, that's all to this video, and thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoyed creating Descript-like word level highlights video for your social media, completely free using open source tools. And before you go, if you want, you can check out my course, Practical Introduction to Natural Language Processing, in the YouTube link description below. Thanks for watching.